Earlier this week, I was down South Street and I saw a mother with her two children, one in a blue tutu, one in a pink tutu. The one in the blue tutu was also carrying I think a dragon or a fire truck. Very short haircut. Little girl, her hair had not grown in, but I kept looking like that's a little boy in a blue tutu. And it was a Caucasian family. And I thought, would you see the opposite, a black woman, her daughter, and her son, and he's got his boy toy, and she's allowing him to experiment and see what he feels like putting on. Would black families be open to allowing their son at such a young age to express himself in a more effeminate manner?
I say hell no.
But
I think black people are starting to. I think some black people are starting to be a little bit more open to their kids' sexuality and accepting the fact that their son may be feminine or their daughter may be.
So I have a quick question. So are we still staying on topic of, 2 times you suck a dick? Are you gay or not?
So let's make this the rest.
I was still segueing into the.
The
culture, whether
they didn't segue into a new topic. You didn't catch that.
No. So
I caught it.
But here's the thing: we never closed it.
All in vote of saying that after two times of sucking dick that you're considered gay. Raise your hand.
You definitely getting a letter. I don't know what the LGBTQ plus 1A additional.
But then it goes deeper though.
All right. So I did it to a girl twice. Does that make me straight?
They don't have
letters. But listen.
No, straights don't have letters.
But does that make me straight?
No.
But listen.
All right, so why can't it be the same?
It goes different now because then you can make the argument. Because listen,
it may not be
because now you can make the argument. Are you born gay, or does your sexual experience define that you're gay?
That's a whole different.
But no, because you're saying that because I tried it twice, that okay, I'm not gay.
But that's the question that y'all just posed. So if a man sucked a dick twice, some of y'all believe that makes him gay. So if I ate pussy twice, does that make me gay? I have not had.
Does that make you straight?
Does that make me straight? I have not had straight sex in fucking 20 fucking years. So does that make me straight because I did it 20 years ago? So if the man did suck the dick twice, does that?
I don't think it makes him gay, but I think there's a letter.
There's a letter.
I don't know what letter.
What letter?
Question.
What letter is
I don't
that?
know what the plus 1A is.
Question. I'm still trying to.
Maybe it's the plus 1.
Wait, is it plus 1?
Yeah,
I think it's a
that don't make it's IA. That doesn't make him anything. If he said I don't want to do this no more.
But here's the thing. So being as though that you are a person that have experienced on both sides,
why couldn't it be fluid?
Why can't it just be fluid? That's also a letter. So now what? So now again, and here's the thing: the whole issue is with us, with having a discussion, and the reason why it raised so much awareness is because even I identify as a gay male, homosexual, fag, or whatever the case may be.
I wonder what else you would identify as.
It's you start moving into all of these letters where it's LGBTQ and plus 1, 3, AI, elemental P, algebra, X, Y, and Z. All of these things is because everybody views themselves differently. Nobody wants to be categorized in a particular category because you might have one slight thought process that's different from the next person, but your relationship of what you interact with the next person may be the same. But being as though you view yourself differently, you want to have a different category or don't want to be placed in the category at all. And the easiest thing for humans nowadays is they want to mostly obviously straight people and sometimes us gay people too, is either you want to be gay, bisexual, or straight. And those were the 3 categories that we identified for so many years. And now that people are stepping up, it's just like now
I don't have to fit in those boxes anymore.
You don't want to fit into those boxes. So now the real topic of that discussion is just like, where do you place yourself? And being as though people that are not sexually fluid in different realms, it's like, well, I don't get into that. I like this. I like straight sex, and if I only know straight sex, so if a man sucks a dick once or twice, I need to put him in a category.
So would you let your son at small age, who identifies with female, would you let him wear a tutu on South Street? Think about before you speak.
For me, if I had a child and they were a male or a female child and she wants to wear a construction hat and all that kind of stuff.
But that's different.
It's different.
I'm about to say that's a little different.
Oh, okay, all right.
Because that can be sexy.
All right, so we're specifically dealing with femininity and males. I get it. Okay, so, at that age, at that young of an age, what did you say, 4, 3, 4?
Let's say 4.
Conversation of it is encouraged that young ladies wear this and boys wear this.
So
but still allow my child to eventually make a decision.
My opinion on it.
Yeah, and that's a good because you have an older son.
Yeah, I have a son that's 15. For me personally, I would not allow my child to wear a tutu at 4, 5, 6, whatever age. I think that as kids, we have to groom our kids to be. I guess you have to raise your kids, and I think at a certain age when my child is old enough and mature enough to handle a conversation of whether you're straight, gay, in those experiences, I would allow my child to live openly once they're mature enough.
What age do you think he's mature enough to?
I don't know.
I think that would I think that would have to be identified by the child and their experiences.
Yeah, and I think my child. Yeah,
I don't think that.
I think my child would be comfortable enough to come to me, as a teenager and say, Dad, I may feel a certain type of way.
No, most kids don't. Because
how many people here were comfortable enough to tell their parents?
I'm about to say I didn't.
That they were gay or something.
How old were you? How old were you
at this time? No, but I mean, I was a young adult.
Well,
that's different.
I was 19, but I guess with this, going to a different segment.
And you were comfortable coming to your parents,
telling them,
that's different when you're old enough to take care of yourself.
But there's when you're comfortable, but at the same time, when you're curious, I guess is more of the question.
Well, curious teenagers usually don't come to you and say anything when they're curious. So
like
Amin was saying, when his child was comfortable enough to come to him, you said you were 19, which is some people would consider almost an adult.
Yeah.
If I think about
18, I'm sorry, 18.
Myself, I came out at 18, and it wasn't like I was forced. But it was kind of like I didn't bring it to my parents. Taking my mom to brunch, she asked, and I'm like, "Shit, I'm stuck in the car. I can't get out of here." She's wanting an answer, and she wants it now. So I had to think.
That's when you open the door and tuck it roll.
So I had, but I would not have done it that day. I don't know when I would have felt comfortable saying it, and that was her response once I did say yes. Is, well, why didn't you say anything? When were you going to say something? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm coming out of the years where I really don't tell you anything just because I don't tell you anything. I think listening to everybody here and being probably the most, I don't even want to say gender conforming. Like, I live my life as a guy. I just got the hair thing going on. It's
and it's usually longer, guys.
So
do you wear panties?
I think.
Do you let them pull it?
I do.
Wait, hold on. She get turned down.
No. You got to.
That's what I said at first.
It's too much.
Oh, sorry. Back to the
I
views.
don't know. Okay, so if my 11-year-old was comfortable enough to come talk to me, I don't know that I'm strong enough to know you're going out there to face the world alone without me. I think even with all the crazy stuff I may do as an adult, sending my child out there into a world that's not filled with everybody's love and understanding.
That's good.
I want you to grow and be who you are, and I don't want to stifle you as your parent. But I understand what happens outside of these four walls is very different. You just walking down the street deciding, I want to wear my tutu today. Somebody could throw a brick at you. You could get shot. You could get into a fight. And daily, all of those things, although you may be strong enough to continue to put your dress on, I think it's breaking me down.
Can I add on to that? That was very good. You made me open up to how I think, because when I first this question was first posed, I was like, of course I would let my child do whatever they want to, and here's why: because I know that when you stifle a kid and they can't do what they want to do, there's been a lot of juvenile kids who committed suicide, who hung themselves because they weren't able to live the life they want to live. They felt as though they had to conform to what society said. And I said, I don't want my child, I don't want to go into the bathroom and see my child hung himself. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So my instant reaction was, I'll let my child do whatever. But when you said that, I was like, you know what? The world may not be ready. So I think I would try to come to some type of balance. Maybe
it doesn't make it right.
Maybe
which kind of goes back to my answer.
Wait, maybe you can go to school dressed like how you supposed to, and then when you come home with mommy, you can wear.
No, I think parents know, and I think it's a point for parents to definitely communicate with their kids, just to know, just get in their mind and just understand, like,
beat them to the punch.
Exactly.
Of what?
And get behind it.
No, not beat them to the punch of asking, which means you are forcing answer to come out, but beating them to the punch to let them know that you are there in their corner and you allow them to be the best them. But no, some parents aren't like that. Some parents see something in their child they don't like and they begin to start the correction of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully discussions like this for the people who are listening might get somebody to go to work or talk amongst their girlfriends and their hair salons and barbershops and just say, I heard somebody who mentioned blah, blah, blah. What do you think about it? And if at the end of the day, let's just say a barbershop specifically, if one man, maybe nobody knows his son is gay because that happens. Look at all the sports people who have gay children. It's kind of like if you hear one man in a barbershop say, in my dad's view, I love my son. Period. I don't care what Alex does, who he loves. That's my son. Nothing's going to change. Like, it was the best situation at 18, although it wasn't my choice and I wasn't beat over the head with questions. It was just kind of like, I want to know what's the situation, girl. What's tea? Came out, told him, and it was like fine. Not a single eyelash bad in my family. I think some people probably knew. I don't think I was hiding anything. Whereas my dad would say he had no clue.
He was protecting your feelings.
But no, that's what she told my mom. He didn't see it. He didn't believe her when she told him. But I'm very much then, especially like a daddy's boy. Like, oh, dad's watching football. Let me go down here, chill with him, ask him any questions.
Boy, a girl.
Boy, he's a daddy's girl.
A daddy's girl.
Is it a girl? Is it a guy? Is it a girl? Is it a he, she?
But I think in that regard, very supportive. There were probably times where I may have done something where it didn't translate as you can't do that because you're a boy. I think maybe when I got both my ears pierced, maybe he was saying men don't pierce both their ears.
Suck a dick.
Men don't wear more than one ring. That type. But he was old school.
Ask your question again.
How do you define masculinity?
No, the question that you asked me now that I remember was, are you attracted to masculinity?
Yes.
That was the question. I am attracted to masculinity.
And define what that is.
For you.
For me,
attributes, behaviors. So
attributes,
you can give me some examples. Of
genital size.
Genital size has for me, masculinity starts with one is confidence. I associate those two very strongly. Secondly, it comes with what I identify as manly things. I like maybe a deeper voice or
broad shoulders.
Well, I got broad shoulders. I got bigger shoulders than everybody at this darn table, probably. Stop looking at my shoulders. I mean, I guess for me, I associate masculinity with a lot of today's social masculine traits, the traditional society norms of a man of a man's man.
What about physical appearance, like tattoos or piercings?
Of course, piercings. I'm a little subject. I don't like the piercings in the nose. I don't judge anybody. If you have one, I won't hate you for it. But that's not my first.
She tried
She tried me.
Do you like the piercings in the nose?
So what's a nose piercing symbolizes what to you?
No. Actually, for me, I don't like nose piercings, whether it's a male or female. Period.
Okay.
I just don't. I've never been. I've never been a fan of that.
This queen in front of me said it's gay.
Well, Tupac had one.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just joking.
I was trying to comfort somebody.
I for me, I go with the normal society norms of masculinity, and that can go deep rooted issues within myself. Which you didn't have growing up per se. You kind of attract yourself.
When I was growing up.
Is
that
what's the
Tierra
song?
Marie?
Tierra Marie. Now look at it.
Who's that?
I don't know.
That was Tierra Marie.
Was Tierra Marie?
Those could be, maybe deep rooted issues if that's an issue. Femininity
is an issue for me.
Here's femininity. I'm not extremely attracted to. Would I be 100% against it? Absolutely not. Because believe it or not, a lot of feminine guys have masculine features. Like I'm attracted to, noses, lips. I like weird stuff like ankles, legs, forearms. I like a man's butt. It's those things.
We get it. You can calm down.
So I'm attracted to those things, and there are feminine men that have those attributes, and I'll be like, oh wow, but I don't know.
So when you look for a man,
I'm not looking anymore. I gave up.
She gave up. So when you look for a man, does he have to be? Does he have to be masculine for you to consider dating?
That would be a preference, but it isn't mandatory.
Okay, that's your preference is masculine men.
Yes,
Alex, what's your preference?
You
don't want to. And
let's throw the disclaimer out. There's different levels of masculinity. I'm not looking for a thug. I'm not looking for like a thug or a hoe boy or street boy. Huh? No, because that was something I was going to say before he asked me the question. Okay. So I wanted to, throw the tears out there.
She was talking too much, too long. your 3 minutes been up.
Child, she can't take me
at all.
I think definitely a masculine guy. Femme.
You like another femme?
Somebody like me.
No.
Much as me.
You know what? It's crossed my mind.
You wasn't pussy?
But no. I honestly don't know how that would work. It's crossed my mind, but I from my life experiences, I just can't see it.
There are a lot of femme tops, so you wouldn't have if the guy's
I've
cute.
been approached.
So you just like, nah, I can't do that.
I don't get it. Like when let's just say jacked. If one hits me up, I'm so confused as to where the conversation is trying to go. Like I see what your pictures are hitting for, and I'm kind of like, well, let me go back and look at mine. Did I post something?
Wait, maybe am I sending the wrong signal?
What's happening here? So no, but it's not so much of what you wear or what you do or how deep your voice is. I think.
So you have a voice like this.
It's sexy. That was cute.
You like that. You like that. Come here, baby.
But I think a man is supposed to handle his responsibility.
Absolutely.
So a lot of what you said, Jamez, will encompass what I think a man will or will not do. And I also don't want to have to train somebody to be a man. If you raised trained,
you sound like we at work.
So you saying femmes don't take care of their business?
Oh no, check me out all the time. And I don't mean it that way, but I'm not dating one. So, which I feel honestly, since you just mentioned that, I feel like there are definitely a lot more feminine bottoms, at least in this city, who are doing it than their top. So I feel like we have a lot less options of.
You better grab your girls.
Oh, wait. You said there's a lot of feminine bottoms who are doing it more so than the tops.
Yeah.
And what poll? This is from Fox News that you get this poll from?
This is from my own little brown eyes.
Oh, okay.
And
his opinion.
So yeah, from my opinion, and it could be just maybe in the past year or two, a lot of bums have been hitting me up. But it's like
they say you are what you attract.
Okay, so we know that. A man, if you need to get to my house, you figure that out. Why I gotta be a part of this equation? I'm not coming to get you. I'm not dropping
Uber
you.
Being independent.
My husband eventually, or somebody I'm dating. Okay, your car is down. Sure, here's Uber account situation.
Do you get? Are
do
you
have a trade bill?
Am I generous?
Do you have a trade bill?
Do I get? Am I generous?
Yeah,
I don't.
You don't. Okay,
so he don't have a trade bill.
No trade bill.
And why do I feel like I just heard this word the other day?
We did. We told you what it was.
I don't have no trade.
She got trade bill.
I just found out.
Wait, how did you say the reverse?
What?
The reverse of if I got trade bill.
So whoever you seeing got trade bill.
Yes.
They got trade bill.
You know what?
But you're not trade though. So
off camera.
Ain't no off cameras going on here.
Yes, it is. Have to not just.
But the viewers can't identify with these.
So why don't we do this? Since this is our first podcast and this is our first, we've had group discussions amongst ourselves, and we're all friends or associates. But why don't we do this for the show? Why don't we? You can't take it, girl.
None of y'all.
Anyway, when I go home, I don't call none of y'all. We just
she calls me all the time.
Okay, we just co-workers. Okay.
I'm on my way over Alex house.
So why don't we do this as we're beginning to propose subjects and topics as well as answers and responses? Why don't we declare whether it's worthy to put on the table? That it can be kind of our key phrase. So we can keep it, put it on the table or take it out back.
Okay. Put that where? Back there.
Well, how big is what we putting back there?
Ow.
Child, they quiet. They could take whatever y'all giving, I guess.
Listen, I'm not into the fisting.
I'm not into that.
Oh, no.
I'm not into
Is that even a black thing or black guys fisting?
I'm sure there are some.
That's another subject for another day.